So, here's something a little different for the channel. Hello and welcome to a TPI What If? A total Pokemon What If, you could say. Kill me. Anyways, to kick off this pilot, I'm gonna give my alternate idea for Munchlax's elimination in episode 20 of 2319 of my Zabanin series. Or in other words, what if Munchlax didn't quit? Now, before we begin, I need to make something clear outside of the obvious spoiler warning. This video is not me saying that I could do a better job with this elimination, nor am I saying that this alternative is better than the original. This is simply my interpretation of what if Munchlax didn't quit, and if you have any issues with the idea, absolutely tell me in the comments, since feedback is a good thing and is absolutely appreciated. Alright, so with that said, let's properly begin with where this splits off from the original story. Munchlax and Lucario are at the bottom too, and Bisharp is about to announce who's safe. But this time around, instead of giving his speech, Munchlax decides he's not going down without a fight, and instead challenges Lucario to a sudden death fight. Lucario shrugs his shoulders and says that there's no reason for him to accept it since Munchlax has no power, but Bisharp gives the okay since this is safer / easier on him, and it could be the boost his show needs after what happened a few episodes ago with Venusaur blowing up the fireworks shed and nearly getting his contestants killed. Lucario is surprised at this, as is Munchlax, but Lucario ultimately is roped into it, and the two are relocated to an area a bit away from the stand so they can have their fight safely, and the rules are laid out. Whoever rings the other out and or is knocked unconscious wins. Also, no external weapons. Bisharp gives the okay, and the match begins, with Munchlax getting dominated by Lucario. Lucario showcases that he's faster, hit a bit harder, and the size difference allows Lucario to grab Munchlax and throw him to the ground numerous times. As for why he doesn't ring out Munchlax with these grabs, well, it's because he wants Munchlax to know how stupid his idea was, and to rub it in his face that anything he comes up with blows up in his face like his alliance and gameplay throughout the season before sending him home. Yeah, it's twisted, but to be fair, he has manipulated people to his side in the past and played with their emotions, so it is somewhat possible in his nature to do something like this if given the chance. So after a few minutes of Munchlax getting thrown around like a ragdoll, he begins to realize how bad of an idea this was, but he decides to keep trying to fight Lucario, even if it's to no avail. After a couple more throws, Lucario asks him why he keeps fighting, and Munchlax responds that it's because this is his last chance to stay in this game. He is going to give it his all, even if it may be fruitless. He may be a screw-up, he may be a bad player who made a lot of mistakes, but at the very least, he did one thing right, and that is standing up to someone as strong as Lucario and having this opportunity to take him out of the game once and for all. He then smiles, saying that he's sorry to those he hurt, but now he is making up for it by risking it all. So basically, instead of knowing he can't win and giving up like he did before, he knows he can't win, but he's going out in a blaze of glory before he heads home. Lucario just shakes his head at this and tells him that you should only engage in a fight you know you can win before charging towards Munchlax with a regular punch, intent to knock him out of the ring after hearing his reason and seeing him not submit / quit. But as Munchlax tries to put the last of his energy into a final punch, he begins to glow. Yep, Munchlax is evolving! But Lucario doesn't care as he continues his attack. He winds up his fists and thrusts it at Munchlax, only for it to get blocked with one hand, or paw. The evolution glow fades and reveals Snorlax before he proceeds to get up, still holding the fist, as Lucario tries to break free and uses his own move to fight back. Counter! This frees Lucario's hand and shoots him back a few feet, almost flying out of the ring, but it's able to stop himself by jamming a bone club in the ground. Lucario is a bit winded after that attack since counter does do double damage, but it's not as damaging since it was just a regular punch, just double the strength. But he's not going to get a chance to figure out what happened as Snorlax charges at him surprisingly faster than before and kicks him hard in the stomach, breaking the bone club in half as well. Lucario then puts on a confident look as if nothing happened and says he's got this. But then he puts on a serious look when he gets a better look at Munchlax, not only standing, but is also a lot thinner than other Snorlaxes. So, in a sense, he did accomplish his goal of not being a fat / stupid Snorlax stereotype, and instead that weight was put into strength / muscle. So Lucario comes to the realization that Snorlax could legitimately win this fight, and so he decides to use his old tricks so that if he does lose, Snorlax is going to be going next anyways. He admits to Snorlax that he is strong, maybe even stronger than him or his team. Maybe he could even win this game now with his added strength and speed. Basically, he's trying to butter up Snorlax to lure him into a trap. And the other members of the team begin to see where Lucario's coming from. Snorlax, on the other hand, is a bit confused about what Lucario is doing. He has a feeling Lucario is lying, but on the other hand, what if he does win this fight and goes on to the next round? Now his team views him as a potential threat, and could tell the other team about it too, since they would be merging in the next episode. And as Snorlax is processing this in his mind, Lucario takes this opportunity and uses extreme speed to hit Snorlax with a barrage of constant punches and bone clubs. Snorlax is getting his ass kicked, and when he tries to block, Lucario dodges and hits him again. Now Lucario is pushing Snorlax to the edge of the arena. This could be bad for Snorlax. But Lucario is starting to feel the exhaustion rush in from hitting Snorlax too many times without taking a breath. So when Lucario throws another punch and misses due to him getting a bit lightheaded, Snorlax hits Lucario with a hard uppercut and sends him flying into the air. But before Lucario is wrung out, he generates an Aura Sphere and uses the momentum to redirect himself and land back in the arena with some bruises and cutting up some spit for good measure. Both Pokemon are feeling the pain from this long fight, and it could legit go either way. But Lucario still has a confident look on his face. In his mind, he will win this. He has to win this. Meanwhile, Snorlax is surprised that he's still in it, and he's happy about that. But he also knows that he's also running low on energy and needs to wrap this up quick. Lucario comments that this has been an interesting fight, and appreciates getting the chance to try out this new body after evolving, but says that now it's time to deal with this threat, and readies his last attack. Snorlax gets ready for his final attack as well, but as he gets ready to charge, Lucario uses Double Team while the real Lucario charges up his Focus Punch. Snorlax is confused about which one is the real one, and tries to use Heavy Slam on all of them. But the illusions reappear after that. He tries to punch a few, but that doesn't work, and just as he prepares to use another attack, the real Lucario appears in front of Snorlax and hits him in the gut with a Focus Punch. This sends Snorlax flying backwards towards the outside of the ring, with Lucario's fist still lodged in Snorlax's stomach, the momentum carrying him forward as well. Lucario is able to pull his fist out just before he is wrung out, but Snorlax is unfortunately out of the ring. Snorlax has lost. But before Bisharp makes the call, Snorlax smiles before shoving his body forward and uses his final move on Lucario, since Lucario is still only a couple inches away from him. And that move is Counter. With Lucario still a bit lightheaded from before and using up that energy for the Focus Punch, he can't evade in time and takes the full power of Counter in the stomach, causing him to fall backwards over in pain, and shattering his spikes in the process. Now, his bones and organs weren't damaged or hurt, but the spikes, yeah, they're destroyed, and he is barely conscious. Bisharp says that Snorlax has been eliminated, but Snorlax accepts it, saying that at least he did something right this time, and that although he didn't beat Lucario, he was able to leave a mark on him at least. So as Snorlax leaves, Lucario asks about repairing his spikes, but Bisharp says that those are like accessories, and he has no reason to fix it since it'd be the equivalent of repairing a ribbon someone broke. Now, Lucario is healed up, save for the spikes, but in the confessional, he is pissed. For the first time in a while / in this game, he almost got sent home, and his plans would have been for nothing. Plus, now he has no spikes, so it feels like a part of him is missing. And then he says that he has things to do, which we know is talking with Servine after Fletchinder gets eliminated, which, yes, does still happen. So, yeah, Lucario finally showed a crack in his game / personality. And, yeah, that's about it for What If Munchlax Didn't Quit. It may not seem like much, but I'd be lying if I said it wasn't fun to write this scenario. So what do you think? Do you like it? Hate it? Let me know in the comments below. And until next time, thank you all for watching, and take care.